Traumatic brain injuries and post-traumatic stress disorder are considered the invisible wounds of war because they affect the brain and mental health, leaving no obvious physical signs. Unlike visible injuries such as amputations or scars, these conditions are internal and can go unnoticed or misunderstood by others. War changes a warrior. No visible symptoms, delayed onset of symptoms, sometimes decades delayed, misunderstood or stigmatized, impact on daily life, complexity of diagnosis, long-term consequences. These invisible wounds combined. Traumatic brain injuries and post-traumatic stress disorder linger long after the battles are over. Veterans come home, but the war injuries and post-traumatic stress comes with them. Nightmares, flashbacks, the constant fear. You just can't make sense of it. It's a heavy burden to carry, not just for them, but for their families too. Wives, husbands, children, they all feel the weight of these invisible wounds. We owe it to our veterans to empathize with these unseen injuries, but for them to truly understand what their loved one has been through is incredibly difficult unless they themselves have experienced it. To recognize the signs, to offer support, to let them know they're not alone. Understanding isn't about knowing every detail. It's about listening, validating, and standing by our American hero without judgment. They fought for our freedom and our public safety. Now it's our turn to fight for them. The battlefield takes its toll on the mind. It exposes our warriors to extreme stress, trauma, and moral dilemmas that the human brain isn't naturally equipped to process. Explosions, concussions, the constant threat of danger, hypervigilance, physical and mental trauma, moral injuries, loss, and grief. These can cause lasting damage. TBIs and PTSD, they're not just words, they're real injuries with real consequences and real validated neurodegenerative process. TBIs can affect memory, make it hard to think clearly. Simple tasks become a struggle. Packing a suitcase for a vacation becomes an impossible task. PTSD, it keeps you on edge, haunted by memories you can't escape. The world feels like a dangerous place, even at home. Over time, these injuries can get worse. The brain shrinks, losing its ability to function properly, memory loss and cognitive decline, TBI-related dementia and Parkinsonism, mood disorders, and motor dysfunction. TBI-related dementia, a thief in the night, steals away memories, leaving only confusion and fear in its wake. These are just some of the hidden costs of war, the ones we don't see on the battlefield. Nevertheless, we need to understand them, to treat them, to give our veterans the care they deserve. Our veterans made sacrifices that most people will never fully comprehend. As is commonly said, the cost of war doesn't end on the battlefield. In the mud and chaos of war, there's a bond that forms between soldiers. Shared experiences among veterans is immense, especially when discussing TBI and PTSD research and care. Veterans who have walked the same path through combat, trauma, and recovery hold a unique credibility that medical professionals, nurses, physicians, researchers, and policymakers often lack. A shared understanding, a reliance on one another for survival. This camaraderie, it's a lifeline back home too, especially for those struggling with TBIs and PTSD. Knowing you're not alone, that others have walked this path, it makes a difference. Veterans helping veterans, sharing their stories, their struggles, their triumphs. It's a powerful form of healing, a way to process the pain, to find meaning in the shared experience. Families benefit too. Support groups, counseling, connecting with others who understand the challenges. More effective treatments lead to a better home life. It also provides for a stronger support networks for caregivers and spouses. It takes a village to heal the wounds of war, a community united in support. Section 4. Their stories, our hope data-driven solutions. Every veteran has a story, a unique experience that shaped their journey. These stories, they hold valuable information, clues that can help researchers understand TBIs and PTSD better. Real-world data, collected from veterans themselves, can reveal patterns, identify risk factors, and lead to new treatments. By studying the experiences of those who served, we can develop more effective therapies, improve diagnosis, and ultimately, save lives. This is about more than just numbers on a page. It's about honoring the sacrifices of our veterans by using their experiences to help others. Their stories, their struggles, they can pave the way for a brighter future. Section 5. The fight continues, advancing research and treatment. We've made progress, but the fight against TBIs and PTSD is far from over. We need more research, better treatments, and increased awareness of these invisible wounds. Scientists are working tirelessly to unlock the mysteries of the brain, to develop new therapies that can heal the invisible scars of war. But they can't do it alone. We need to support their efforts, to advocate for increased funding, to ensure that our veterans receive the best possible care. This is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires a sustained commitment from all of us, from policymakers to healthcare providers to everyday citizens. We must stand together, united in our determination to find solutions and bring hope to those who have sacrificed so much. Section 6. Standing Together, a beacon of hope for veterans. The journey of healing from TBIs and PTSD can be long and arduous, but there is hope. By working together, we can create a brighter future for our veterans and their families. Supporting organizations like Ghost Ops, advocating for research, raising awareness, these are all steps in the right direction. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every dollar donated, it all makes a difference. To our veterans, we see you, we hear you, and we stand with you. You are not alone. Together, we will continue the fight for your well-being, for your healing, for your future.